Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be doing our monthly reading and we're hopping on over to May. Just know this is a general reading, so if it doesn't resonate, totally okay. Just leave it for those that need to hear it right now and come back for the next month's reading it. So it doesn't have to necessarily resonate with you, but definitely try to take the information that I do give you and place it in your life in the way that makes the most sense. So what I mean by that is maybe it's not the same subject. Maybe it's well, it's not maybe, it's the theme is what I want to get across. So whatever is going on in your life, try to place what I give you in that kind of topic, subject, so that it does resonate with you then. Because there might be a message for you. You never know. But I'll try to keep it as broad as possible so that you kind of finagle it in the way that makes the most sense for you. But let's go ahead and see. Transformation. Things are changing at a cellular level. Deep healing. So big shifts happening. I feel like, again, astrologically, what we've been going through, I think we've had a lot of things kind of explode, implode, change, shift. And right now, you're in the transformation phase. So that's what your guides almost are kind of letting you know. So there's no, like, I feel like a lot of you guys have like some kind of expectations, like kind of like set your expectations for what it is. It's like the healing, deep healing. Like you are changing. Who you were a week ago, a month ago is not who you are today, is the message that I'm getting. And kind of give yourself grace in that. Because you're setting the bar very, very high for yourself, and it doesn't need to be. Like, you are a completely different person. I think how you handle things, how you take things on is completely different than whatever you've experienced. So you've grown and you can handle these things. If it's harder, whatever, you don't need to, because you've already accomplished them, and it's just seeing that internally. So let's go ahead and see what message your guides have about what's going on in the inside. Pleasure. So this is what's like the theme about what's happening internally. I think, again, with the deep healing, I feel like a lot of you guys are almost like actually accepting that and you are giving yourself the grace, which is nice. And if you're not, this is a message for you guys to kind of give you the push to like love yourself, put yourself first, do what makes you happy. Because again, like I'm getting the vibe that you do things for others. You guys are such strong, fiery energy, and it's just, I feel like you've been in like the season of just giving, pushing, doing the most. Yeah, it makes sense, which is so funny because I feel a lot of you guys are very hyper focused on the career aspect of things because the pentacles are coming up. So it could trickle into that. It doesn't have to necessarily be that. It could be relationship and whatever. But we have the 8 of Pentacles, the 9 of Pentacles, and the 7 of Pentacles, like 7, 8, 9. Let me just put that in order. You planted the seeds, watched it grow, put in so much effort, hard work. You kind of mastered like your craft, like whatever it is, that situation that you're in right now, and you're basking in the abundance of all the effort and work that you've put in. And that's where the pleasure like is kind of coming in. Like, take the time, and like these two cards look very similar to me. Take the time to like just do things for you. And I think Aries almost had some kind of message within that, doing something for you, like it's about you in May. Because again, I'm getting a sense that you've put and pushed and put and pushed. You've done a lot for others. You've put your energy in other things except for yourself. And when I see the things are changing at a cellular level, like that's something that's internal, but like also if you've put in so much work, it's like, again, 9 nearing completion. So now like the universe is kind of like shifting to your next chapter because you're already nearing completion. So there's like a shift and a change. You've learned your lesson. There's things that you've already accomplished, and now it's for the next phase. What you don't see coming at the bottom of the deck, Knight of Swords, 5 of Pentacles in reverse, and the Empress energy. Yeah, so I feel like you're digging yourself out of a situation, like something that's like put to rest, something in the past. And again, I'm going to leave this broad, but the energy that I'm getting is you have felt a loss, and I feel like it's, again, if this is internal, this is something that has affected you within. So the loss is within. It could have been a loss on the outside factor, but you're losing yourself. Like this is all internal. So you lost yourself. And I think you've kind of gotten past that, right? We're in the pleasure phase and you're trying to find that. And so there is a sense of, again, like, there's questions I'm getting, like, who am I? What am I? Like, what is the next chapter? And it's like, you don't need to know that right now. It's just take care of you, love you, do things that make you happy. And then that will be like the next phase is going to be figured out, the Empress energy. I'm not chasing, I'm attracting. I'm receiving love. I'm not going to be pushing for that anymore. I'm not going to be pushing for X, Y, and Z. I want it to come to me now. That's the phase of this month. And it's going to come like this, like things are going to happen pretty quickly once you get to this phase. The Knight of Swords is like the energy that's coming in very swiftly, quickly. And it's all about knowledge and knowing yourself and like this information, this download of information about you. So this is beautiful. If there's any sense of like uncertainty and like wanting to know now, like all in due time. This May is not about having the answers to that. There's no push, there's no need for it. All in due time. And patience is a virtue. All of those mantras, if you need to repeat them, I think that would be like ideal so that you could get through the months in the way that you align yourself for the next phase, for the next chapter, because that's coming. That's 100% coming. Sorry, let me do that one more time. Dear Spirit, bring a gentle touch. Yes. So this is what's happening with the career aspect, project, hobbies, passion project, something that you're working on with like your family, your friends, something along that topic. There is just, again, when I said like you guys have that fiery, strong energy, that like push, that like go-getter, the boss, like no one's in my way energy. And now it's like you, with the things are changing at a cellular level, deep healing, it's time to give yourself the grace. And like with the career, like it's time to be gentle, like gentle with yourself, gentle with the situation. Cause again, you've pushed, 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 and pushed. And I think what's happening internally is totally 100% linked with what is happening. That's linked to the career aspects of stuff. I think a lot of you guys are very hyper focused on career right now. And bring a gentle touch. Like, I think because, again, you guys are so strong, fiery. There's push, push, push. Like, that energy, like, be gentle. It's, again, pleasure, time for healing. Yeah, okay. So there is some kind of minor tower moment that happened. We have the tower in reverse, Knight of Cups, Nine of Swords. So again, another nearing completion thing. Something kind of came pretty close to completion, but there was a minor tower moment, and I think it's because you pushed. I think, again, like I feel like I might have said that mid-month or even like in the beginning of the month. You put in so much because you guys are such strong energy that it does kind of backfire sometimes. And this was a situation where it kind of put you in a situation where you're like, okay, yeah, I saw that coming. And the tower moment is a minor one. It's one of those things that were like an inconvenience more than like a devastating situation. That's the energy that I'm kind of getting. But like the exhaustion is there, the anxiety is there. There's a lot of stuff that like, and it just feels pressure that you put on yourself, the work that you put on, like take on, like you take on more than you need to. It's that Knight of Cups, like there's something about emotional fulfillment that I'm just at this point, it doesn't feel like it's coming in for me in a positive sense because of the tower in reverse. So I feel like you were doing things because you felt like it was emotionally fulfilling you. And maybe there's some aspect of ego involved where it was like, well, it's making me feel like I have purpose, or, I know that other people are benefiting from this and that makes me feel good. But you weren't really necessarily doing things for you to find peace within you, and you broke down. And I think it's like almost internal. Like, I don't think like the job fell apart or project fell apart. Maybe it did, but I feel like a lot of it is because internally you've been having this wave of ups and downs with work. you've been or finances or project, hobby, again, places where it makes sense. But there's this wave of up and down, like you give yourself the break and then like you come back like full throttle again. And it's like there's no in between and you have a hard time getting into the in between. And that makes sense because like you guys are the fire sign. Like this is your energy and that's the lesson that you kind of work through. That's like your part of your life lesson, I feel like. And it's like one of those themes that keep coming up for you. Well, you don't see coming at the bottom of the deck, 5 of Cups, 10 of Cups, and Queen of Cups. So even though 5 of Cups, the conflict is there, there's a sense of a loss. There's a sense of grieving. Again, and I think it's just like more of like, and maybe there is like like a thing that happened at work that you kind of lost. There's a loss. It's not like, again, a devastation, but it is something that you think about. It is something that bothers you. Definitely tugs on your emotions. But for a lot of you, again, I feel like it's like the loss is like yourself again. Again, this is all linked with the internal, the pleasure stuff. But I see you guys, again, you guys are in the phase of deep healing, things that are changing on a cellular level. The Queen of Cups energy is there and it's your energy. So even though there's some grief, even there's some loss, there is a sense of a light at the end of the tunnel. With the Queen of Cups energy, I think that like you kind of fulfill yourself emotionally, like you're learning that. So the balance that you have to like find with the in between is that kind of lesson within the work. And 10 of Cups, emotional fulfillment. So there is a beautiful light at the end of the tunnel. I do see you guys putting in the work. I do see you guys finally putting in the work for yourself, not just the work aspect. And I think that is going to balance itself out within the work aspect, but right now it's all about what's happening emotionally. You have to kind of like blend that in. You need to take care of you for you to be able to excel in your career, excel in your project. You have to come first because again, then you're not going to be energetically aligned. There's a misalignment and you're not going to bring in what you want. So that message is super important to heal. Again, bring a gentle touch. Find the in-between. That's super, super, super important. And that's a really cute card too. So now we're going to go into relationships. This doesn't have to be like if you're in a healthy relationship, that doesn't bother you. Could be friends, could be coworkers, could be family. Just again, place it where it makes sense. The 11th house, friends, like-minded groups, and humanitarian beliefs. Yeah. So, I mean, it does seem like maybe this is probably a friendship, family thing. And for a lot of you guys who are dating, it could be that you guys are like-minded and there's a sense of exploration. But that's the energy. That's the gist of the energy is what I'm getting, exploration. Finding people that are aligned with you. Finding the person that is aligned with you and kind of going with that. Because again, like I feel like a lot of you guys don't want to I think you guys know that you're changing or have changed. And so there is also that question mark of who am I, what am I doing? Because you are changing in a cellular level again. That it's like you can't commit because you don't know what your life is going to look like within the next few months, maybe within the next few weeks. You know what I mean? Sorry, hang on. I'm not ready for that. So yeah, there's definitely more of an exploratory thing. So if you guys are dating, it feels more like I'm just dating around and I'm seeing what's out there, seeing what I like and don't like. That's the energy that I'm getting. And that's interesting because the 5 of Cups came up again. Oh, that's beautiful. Okay, yeah. So 5 of Cups coming up again. We have the King of Wands and the King of Pentacles. So I'm getting multiple people. I feel like you're talking to multiple people. And again, if you're in a solid relationship, ignore this. Like it could be like you looking at friendships and kind of entertaining friendships. You know what I mean? But for those of you that are single, because it does feel like single, like the single crowd is kind of coming in and watching this part specifically. The 5 of Cups, like, yeah, there was definitely a loss. There's some kind of like you're grieving something from the past, but you're in a place again of change. So there is a past of you walked away from something, you grieved it, but you're in a phase of like, I've moved on from that. I see it for what it is. I've learned my lesson. And there's people coming in. We have the King of Wands and the King of Pentacles. So when I see King, that's telling me that you're in alignment with that kind of energy. And you are coming up as a queen here. So if you can keep yourself in that alignment, the king is going to come. And that's like what I like seeing in the relationship aspect of things. But there's going to be two different people, two types of people. And it could be like multiples of those, but definitely two types. Someone that's coming in fiery, passionate, stable, strong. And the other one's coming in with just like the financial goals, ambition. Um, like they're all strengthened, they're all mature, but they're different in a sense of like one has goals and is like-minded and in that aspect because you are kind of in that phase of your life, and the other one is like the fiery energy, the adventure, the spontaneity, and it's like what do you choose? So there is a sense of within yourself like who am I, because both of those kind of match your needs, both of those match who you are, but it is like you don't even know what it is you want. And that's something that definitely is going to be coming in May, where you're kind of exploring those options. What you don't see coming at the bottom of the deck, Three of Wands, the Fool, yes, King of Swords. I feel like you are going to be taking a leap of faith, trying to figure out, jumping into something maybe potentially, might not even be a long-term thing, but it is something that's probably going to be definitely new, definitely something that's going to open your horizons, broaden your horizons. And it's like giving you the like you are learning from this. King of Swords energy is like there's some kind of lesson to be learned within this. You're learning something. There's some truth coming out. So again, with this, I think your guides are like totally on board with you kind of exploring, seeing what's out there, seeing what you want, what you don't, what you want, what you don't want. And it's okay to date around and just form relationships, network. There's something along that lines of positivity. So this is like your guys kind of saying yes and keeping in mind like you're not in a place to really make a decision, and maybe you do, but really is okay if you don't, because again, things are changing at a cellular level, deep healing. You are in the growth phase. There's a lot of change happening all at once and you're not alone in it. Your guides see you. So May is like definitely the transformation era. Like don't have the expectations of, or have like some kind of expectations that are like lower and kinder and gentler for yourself, because again, like you don't even know what to expect within your next phase, and that's okay. Not the chapter to be kind of figuring that out. Maybe that'll be the next month's journey, but definitely like and subscribe so you don't miss another one of these messages. Leave a comment because I feel like someone else might be going through whatever you're going through and kind of want to be lifted up in the same time. So the community around this is beautiful and amazing. Thank you guys for coming, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.